Okay, I thought I'd show you real quick just headlight removal on the KLR. Now, I've already had this apart, but I really appreciate how detailed Kawasaki was with this setup on the front end here. It's kind of cool. There's one pivot bolt down here at the bottom, which you can't see right now, but there it is. And there's these are two specialty bolts on the side. I'll show you one of them. It's a bolt that is also, the head is threaded, so it accepts a bolt. So don't want to lose those. That would be for your cowling. It's going to keep your cowling intact. Here's the pivot bolt down here. It goes right there. And I'll show you kind of a, let me get these in here so I don't lose them. Don't want to lose these. Do we? Nope. Put that down in a safe place. Put that pivot bolt back. I like to put all my bolts back where I got them so I don't lose them. But what I really appreciate about this setup with Kawasaki, like their gauge cluster here, you only need to take out one nut off the bottom here, and then you can, there's two rubber grommets here, as you see. Then you can just slide it out. Uh-oh, that came loose. Oh, crap. Maybe I don't appreciate that. I'm about to glue that back in. Anyways, there's these grommets here. The way to get it back in is just kind of put the grommet in first, slide it back in. Ah, repair. Gotta repair that now. Dang it. Not sure how that came loose, but it did. Put my nut back on there so I don't lose it. I did take the speedo cable off. Now this whole, let me show you here, this whole front end here, what I thought was kind of cool, I've never seen this before. It has this metal bracket here where all your plug-ins, they go right straight through there. So they are isolated from everything else. You can just simply plug them right back in. But you only need to undo this top one on the left here, this one, because that goes to your ignition. So now we can take this whole thing off. It's held by, there's two nuts you got to take off here, and it's just simply, come on, why are you not coming off now? I've got it before. I did. There it goes. Two shoulder bolts. Is there a nut on there? No, there's not. Two shoulder bolts. There we go. And this should pivot right out of the way. Now you can see why I had to take off the ignition one. I'm just going to leave that hang gently. Oh, easy. So that's your key switch there. But now we have full access to the steering stem. All right, let's move on to the steering stem. Ooh, that feels really notchy. And you will have to take your bars off. I took my bars off beforehand, and I can kind of show you here. With one, these are super tight. I mean, tight. And I had a heck of a time breaking these loose. This one actually, I had to drill out the head. As you can see, there's some, it pulled some material out, so I might have to helicoil this one here. But I was going to say too, if you're doing work like this, it's a really good idea to get a set of metric taps if you're working on Japanese or European bikes. M6, M8, M10, M12, and a couple tap handles, because with these old bolts, they've been in there, these might have been in here for 37, 38 years, I don't know, but it's just nice to be able to start them and clean those threads out. You know, there might be old dirt and grime in there, there might be some Loctite in there, who knows. But you can oil them up, use some WD-40 or something like that. Don't really want to run them dry. And also, if you're gonna get taps like this, there's two types of taps. I'm a machinist, so I deal with this stuff all the time. But you have what's called a gun tap, and you have what's called a helical or a bottoming tap. Now this is a bottoming tap. You can see here how the bottom is flat. A gun tap's going to have, it's going to be pointy. This is for what we call a blind hole, like the hole stops, and a gun tap is for a through hole. So this would be for a through hole, like right here, that would be through. But anyways, get yourself a set of taps. You can probably get a set with a tap wrench for, I don't know, on Amazon, probably 20 bucks or so. But let's move on to steering stem. The top takes a 27 millimeter, this nut here, and I forgot my wrench. Let me get my wrench. Okay, I don't think this is torqued very tight, but let's see. 27 millimeter. Ooh, there she goes, broken loose now. That is quite rusty on top there. If I can turn that by hand. There's that. Let me pull you back here so we can get more of a frontal view. Lower you down. I think I probably have to get, so there's the nut, a washer, nut and washer. Don't want to lose those. Let's put them on the ground where I can kick them. The top of the triple comes off. Oh wow, it's got a tapered collar on there. Okay, don't want to lose that, so that fits in there. Let's put it on the ground where I won't kick it or anything. And we're gonna have some kind of specialty washer there. There's some tangs on it, and this nut here. I think with the nut, I think I can use my screwdriver. Put that on the ground so I don't lose it. I need my hammer, mirror. Here it is. My dead blow. Let's see if we can't. Oh yeah, that's loose. We can't get that out of there. Let's spin now. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That'll spin by hand. Let's put that all on the ground where I won't kick it and break my toe. Let me get you repositioned here a little bit. Boing, boing. I'm curious to see what these bearings look like. What type of bearings they are. How much grease is in there. Okay, let's pull this out. Okay, that is a tapered roller bearing. All right, that's like a Temkin bearing. Good, that's good news. It did feel a little notchy, but there is grease on there. I'll have to take a look at the race and see what it looks like. Let's put that on the ground where I won't stub my toe on it. Rag. I need a clean rag. All right, let's look at this bearing. Okay, so that is a tapered bearing. That race looks good, and there's some grease on there, which is good news. Got a little bit of rust right there, but not bad, not nearly as bad as I was expecting. That race, that bottom race looks, that's probably where my notchiness was coming in. Let me see if I can't get you down there. I'll have to get a flashlight and whatnot. If I can't get you down there. Where is my light? Light. Leave stuff lay around. There it is. There we go. Can we see that? Yeah, that might be okay. I'll have to clean it up and see. We'll see. I don't know. But that was the steering stem removal. That was fairly painless. I'll have to get all the torque specs, and that top race looks really good. If I can't get you in there to see that, we'll put that on the ground where I won't kick it or lose it. See, that top race looks pretty good. All right, let's move on to torque specs and whatnot and other stuff. I don't know what yet. Come on now. Boingy boingy. Okay, so I cleaned out the bottom race, and I don't know if this will show up on camera or not. You can see that there's some definite, I'm gonna try to get my light in here. Some definite scores in this bottom race, and I can feel them with my fingernail. So the question is, do I try and sand that down a little bit, or just get a new bearing? And actually, I don't need a new bearing really, maybe just a new race. Let's take a look at the bearing real quick. Okay, so here's the bearing. I don't know how well, maybe I better get some light on it. Nah, get it in the light a little bit. It looks, I mean, it's dirty, but it's not rusted. There's a little bit of rust on there, but I think I can grease that up and let her buck. What do you guys think? There's some petrified grease right there. Not bad though. I mean, it's not horrible. I think if I clean this up, sand that race down a little bit, some wet dry, that'll help. But I'll have to sand it down and see how it looks. Alrighty, I took some WD-40 and some 400 grit wet dry, trying to get this so it doesn't get all washed out, but now you can kind of see, maybe, hopefully, it looks much better. But I'm gonna grease everything up, reassemble it, and see how it looks. Okay, I got the bearings packed and everything, ready to put the steering stem in. I've already got the top bearing in there, so let's get that going. We'll see if this gets rid of our notchiness. And I need this big washer here, and this has actually the bottom of it actually has like a rubber seal, which will act as our dust and moisture seal, I'm assuming. Just snug this down a little bit. I'm not sure how tight this is. I don't have a proper tool for this nut. Maybe I'll have to look online for that. I don't know. I don't know if there's a standard size for that or what. Ooh, she tried to go over. So let's just give her a few little love taps to kind of get that a little snug. Get out of there. As long as this still turns. I can always loosen this up. Okay, the notchiness is gone. And I'm not going to fully assemble this. I'll just show you the order it's supposed to go in. We've got this special nut with the 2 tangs on it. That goes on top there. Let me get that grease off the top of here. That special nut, or special washer, excuse me. And then comes the conical spacer. That'll go on there. And then I wonder if I should put a little grease in there. Nah. And then like so. And finally, washer and the top nut. I'm not going to tighten this all the way down. I'm just going to, and obviously the forks have to be in here too. But you can see that's Well, I can't see. I could tell before by the feel. It would with that bottom race. It could click, 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 click. Now it's nice and smooth. So I think sanding it down, that'll fix it for now. That's pretty easy to replace that bottom bearing and race. So I'm just going to call this good. I'm going to put the forks back on. Actually, I got to service the forks first. I can't even do that yet. Got to service the forks and see how that goes. And then we're getting closer and closer to riding time. It's still February 21. It's been pretty cold outside, brutally cold, like minus 16, minus 20. But this is a nice break. We're going to have almost 40 degrees this weekend, so that'll be cool. All right, that's it. All I have for the steering stem on a 1988 KLR 250. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was informative. If you got any questions or comments, you know, if you think I'm an idiot or whatever, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. Bring it on. But yeah, if you think I did something wrong, let me know. I don't know. It's not like I do these every day, and you don't see them on YouTube every day. So, alrighty. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for your subscriptions. Whatever. You know what I mean. You know the thing. You know the thing. All right. See you next time. Frostbite out.